I'm about to start this whole thing over because I've been muted. Facebook, y'all heard me, but I'm about to restart it on the YouTube or on the Zoom. Anyway, so good morning. Welcome back to another week. Started off great because I've been muted. Facebook, y'all heard me, but I'm about to restart. So welcome back. Number one, daily morning mastermind, the daily dose. About to hop right into it with a verse. I ain't gonna restate all that stuff, but this verse is a great verse. It really is a banger. It's a game changer for me. I've been reading it and really diving deep into it for myself and just in my trying to apply it to my personal life every chance I get. Deuteronomy 28:12-13. The Lord will open the heavens, the storehouse of his bounty, to send rain on your land in season and to bless all the work of your hands. You will lend to many nations, but will borrow from none. The Lord will make you the head, not the tail. If you pay attention to the commands of the Lord your God that I give you this day carefully and carefully follow them, you will always be at the top, never at the bottom. So this verse sticks out to me just from the standpoint of hearing God's promises, right? All of the things that he said he would do. We've been talking a lot about how God will bless you, how amazing he is, how powerful he is, how abundant he is. And it just falls right in line with that. And this is just sticks out to me because, like I said, it's more practical and it just gives me power and confidence to go about the things that I'm doing every single day with power and authority, right? So, love this verse. It's a great verse and it helps keep me my head on straight and reminds me that, like I said, if I follow the commands of God, I'll always be at the top, right? No matter what. So that's just reaffirming everything that I do, making sure that I follow or stay in God's will. So we'll go to the business or professional topic of today, and it's going to be navigating ambiguity and uncertainty. So that's just going through or navigating the unknowingness, right? And then the first part is just understanding ambiguity in itself, recognizing the existence of unknowns and embracing the complexity inherent in certain situations, right? So we got to know that it's going to be stuff that we don't know, and we got to prepare for that. Um, and it's basically the same thing, recognizing uncertainty. Like we might have a plan, we might think that our plan is well thought out and we have a way to execute it, but it's always going to be variables that happen in life that we need to also be prepared for, not necessarily have a plan because we don't know what those variables are, just basically understanding that there's going to be variables, right? There's always going to be things there's going to be things that happen that could throw you off a direct path towards whatever you're working toward, and we got to know that that's going to happen, right? So don't stumble and then just fall all the way to the ground and don't get back up, or don't get hit with a curveball and just think that you just out of whack. Be able to adapt with your decision making. Be able to make quick decisions that'll help you navigate those uncertainties that come up in business and in your professional life, and also in your personal life too. But more so for business, you got to be able to adapt. You got to adapt to the market. You got to adapt to a customer. You got to adapt to something going wrong with your product. You got to adapt to something going wrong with your service. You just got to adapt. You got to be able to adapt and make quick decisions and stand by those decisions, right? If you make a decision, stick with it. Scenario planning. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago. Just start to think about those uncertainties or think about past situations that's happened and going ahead and writing out different plans for different scenarios that could occur. And that'll also help your decision making so you have a plan. Risk management. This is something we're gonna dive deep into in the future upcoming weeks. But risk management is super important for understanding where you may be lacking at, right? It's all security, physical security, cyber security. It is financial security. Um, or risk rather, right? So we want to make sure we're managing our risk. We also want to build up our adaptive and innovative capacity, which means we want to always be thinking in our brain, expanding our brain power, expanding the way that we can perceive things so that we can allow ourselves to be open to new and innovative ideas. We don't want to get trapped in the same mindset, oh, this can only be done one way. This can only be figured out one way. We want to be able to know that we can do it a different way and be open to receiving that knowledge from God because God will give it to us. It's probably gonna be a verse in the future. It's a verse that say God give us when we ask for wisdom, God gives us all the wisdom we ask for. So anyway, that's gonna be about navigating ambiguity and uncertainty. Anybody had any feedback or comments on that? Ooh, so then we'll hop into the self-development topic for today, and that's gonna be a huge one. It's all about finding your purpose, right? And we dance around this, but we haven't really talked about it per se. And I think it's important for us to always be living out our purpose in life, right? And that's just it's the main reason why we're on earth. We have a purpose and we need to know what it is, but we don't always know what that is, right? It's not easy to know what our purpose is. That some people go their whole lives not knowing what their purpose is and therefore live a purposeless life, a life that's not fulfilled, or a life like this is not fulfilled. So if you are going through this journey and you're trying to figure out how to find your purpose, here are some ideas you can use. So explore different passions. Look at different things that you're interested in or and actually try them. And if you don't know, Google them or get on Chat GPT, right? It's kind of the same thing as hobby, find a hobby, but it's look up different things and see, okay, I might be interested in this. And most of the time your purpose is going to be a passion and is more than likely always going to deal with helping somebody else in some way. But you got to understand how whatever your passion is helping somebody, because all of us are put up here to help other people. Um, so you want to think about that. And then second one is seek fulfillment first. Whatever that passion is, you want to make sure you are getting fulfillment from it. Like sometimes we might work a job or even start a business because we want to make money, of course. But at the same time, over time, if we're not being fulfilled from that role or that business, it's just gonna burn us out and it's not gonna be worth it, right? If we're not using it to help somebody. Align your strengths and your passion with actions. Actually take action with what you're passionate about and put it out into the world. Reflect on your past experiences. What in the past has led you to understanding what your or like what in the past has made you react with a certain amount of emotion or has made you react with a certain amount of thought that has and that could be your way to understanding what your purpose might be if you want to help that particular situation, right? Or if this makes you feel a certain way that you want to attack it because it's a problem, right? Or it's something that you're good at and you want to show the world what it is, and that gives you that sense of fulfillment. And this is a real key right here. Visualize your ideal life, right? Like what in your life would you be doing on a day-to-day basis that will make you the happiest person on earth? And if you really sit there and think about it, like from waking up all the way to going to sleep, what exactly will your day and then like what your life will look like, then you'll really be able to tap into what your purpose would be. And then embrace it. Embrace the journey to finding your purpose because it's not like I said, it's always easy, it's not always a straight line. We could think we're doing our purpose and it not be, uh, but be patient with yourself, right? Because we don't always got it figured out on the first try or the second try or even the third try. It's just being patient and understanding that this whole thing is a journey and it's not a race, it's a marathon to being the best that we can be, right? But it's also, like I said, it is about taking action because you can try something and you might think it's your purpose, but you won't never know unless you actually start doing it. Then you go, okay, I don't get fulfillment from this, or this doesn't really align with this over here, right? Or it doesn't align with I'm not even good at doing this, right? Most of the time, our purpose is gonna be something that we're naturally good at. We're not gonna have to overexert energy to fulfilling our purpose. It's gonna be something that we are just generally good at from the jump. So those are some tips to finding your purpose. Anybody had any other suggestions or things that help them find their purpose? Commission put in the chat. Also on the journey, people may think you're crazy, but you have to know what God has put in place for you and stick to it. Right, exactly. And that's a big key. You can't most of the most brilliant people in history always started out with people calling them crazy, right? Because it is gonna be crazy to a average person who's not thinking bigger, who didn't hear, you know what I'm saying, from God or didn't get that feeling from God about their purpose. And like it's always gonna seem crazy to the next person, but you gotta know what's in it for you, right? So yeah, appreciate that. That's gonna be the business self-development topics for today. Just another business tip or professional tip anyway is gonna be let's see. It's going to be exploring business journals. So if y'all never heard of the business journal, is every city has, right? So it's going to be like Charlotte Business Journal. In my case, it is the Triangle Business Journal. And then here's where you can see a lot of different things that's going on in that city. You'll get to know what um what is happening in the area, right? And I'm talking about from commercial real estate, banking, technology, all this different stuff, food and lifestyle, all the events that's going on. They got best places to work, women in business. Like y'all see it on Zoom, but I'm saying this for Facebook. But the Business Journal is a place to go to, like website, and they also send out publications in the mail as well, like something to read. But you want to go to hear and understand what's happening in your city so you can be in the know, right? Especially in business, because you can tailor that to the market. You'll see what's happening in the market, see what's happening, like I said, in real estate if you want to invest. And just for future purposes, we are going to dive deeper into a real estate investing, like little maybe like class or how to type of deal in the future. We're gonna do that for many different industries as well. We're gonna start breaking these down in a series. Just a little tidbit there. But Triangle Business Journal or Business Journal in general, whatever city you in, take a look at it. It's gonna be a huge resource for you to just expand your knowledge of what's going on around you. So that'll wrap it up for today. It's been a great Monday morning so far, and I hope everybody had a great weekend. Also in the Facebook chat, said, "Ditto. No one understands your purpose. No one believed Noah until it began to rain. Guess what? Everybody was dead right after that. Nobody had to believe it. It was just Noah and his family death. So whatever it is, you know what I'm saying, it's meant for you. And so you want to make sure that you do it and do it with all of your energy, all of your heart, and it'll work out. So, like I said, hope everybody have a great week and have a great day today. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Oh, Wednesday. Wednesday is gonna be whenever we do the ad. And I'll let y'all know if I'm gonna do that at 7 a.m. or a different time. But either way, we still gonna have our thing at 7 a.m. It's just as far as getting on camera. But all right, I hope everybody have a great day, and I'll see y'all tomorrow at 7 a.m.